Hello, you dangerously awesome friends. This is your pal Edwards here speaking, and welcome to Tuesday. Interestingly, it's Tuesday, the 13th of June right now, and my birthday's in 10 days, by the way. And interestingly, yesterday, my legendary friends, was a public holiday in New South Wales. So there was no live today, but here I am because I love you, delightful winners. Now, firstly, if you're watching the recording, please smash that like, share, and comment. And if you're here live, say hello. We'd love to hear from you. Now, it's funny, actually. I actually started this new format, LinkedIn live stream, last week. Done about, it's probably my fourth or fifth one now, this new format. And I've got to say, I'm blown away by how effective it is. And that's just the first thing I want to say to you, winners. Hey, Arlette, big welcome. We've got a big welcome from Arlette. Great seeing you. Just come in, smash that like, share, and comment, and please say hello as I talk about my love for awesome LinkedIn. And believe me, I love LinkedIn so very much. I probably need to convince you of that. I've even got the amazing lanyard right here. And isn't that very cool? So, my friends, as we're here, we're going to talk about amazing LinkedIn and how it can help you win big on every level. And I got to say, I really, really love it. Giselle, it is such a pleasure seeing you so much. Now, what makes LinkedIn great, in my view, is that LinkedIn is just an amazing platform that just works. And Kirthy, great seeing you, Kirthy. And this is, to me, what makes LinkedIn really, really good, right? On LinkedIn, you are surrounded by the right people. That's, to me, one of the key things that makes LinkedIn amazing. Shelley Harrison, great seeing you. If you just come in, smash that like, share, and comment. And I appreciate you. And I just want to say, because you're watching this LinkedIn Live, great things are happening today. Oh my God, Brittany Swan. We've got all the heroes here. Brittany Swan is an amazing lady. And Brittany, glad you've been well. But here's one of the key things I want to say to you, winners, is that LinkedIn contains high-value people. And you know how I can prove that? You're here. Yes, that's right. You're here. Now, put up your hand and tell me if you think you're high value, because I can certainly guarantee that you are. Andrew Kilburn, welcome. We've got Agari with us. We've got Janine Cunningham. Good seeing you, Janine. We got all the classic winners here. But here's the thing. LinkedIn contains such high-value people. And as a result, my legendary friends, your marketing is hitting the right people. You're connecting with the right people. This is one of the actual things that I find very interesting about Facebook. And I actually like Facebook, by the way. For a while there, I really hated Facebook. But now I'm actually gone from hate to okay on it. I get over 150,000 views on Facebook every month. And I get a few clients a week usually from Facebook, which is awesome. Love Facebook and all. However, on LinkedIn, you have such more higher value legendary people as a platform, right? That's one of the key things I want to say. But if you are one of my connections on Facebook, you're very awesome too. But here's one of the big things. If you're really interested in connecting with high value people, then look no further than LinkedIn is the place for you. Janine Cunningham, welcome. If you just come in, smash that like, share, and comment, and I appreciate you big time. Second one is, and I say this many times, is that Microsoft are running the show. And I'll say it again, Microsoft are running the show. And why is that such a good thing? Besides Edward being a sycophant for Microsoft, always have been, all right? Even in their bouncy Windows 98 days, and they were rough days for, actually, I would say Windows 8.1 was rough days from Microsoft. Ew, loving Microsoft then was like sitting on a lump of hot coals, not easy. But that's one of the key things. Microsoft are running the show, and they're doing such a great job. And to me, who owns the platform? And the priority they give to the platform is very important. So again, Microsoft own LinkedIn, and they treat LinkedIn with the same priority that they treat Outlook 365 or Dynamics or their corporate, which is really, really good. So you know that you've got the right people behind it. And it's a committee of people, and I think this is all very good. I think when you get companies where you just have one person running the show, and I do love Elon Musk and Twitter and all that, in a way it's kind of risky when one person's running the show, because that one person can tank the place. Whereas I think if you have a little bit of a, if you would say a bit of a democracy in a company, you got more checks and balances to make sure things go ahead. As much as I love Elon Musk, and I think Twitter's heading the right way. And that's the other thing I love about LinkedIn. It is professional yet social. And I'll say that again, professional yet social. Now, I did an interesting poll this morning. And I've done this poll a few times. Is where I ask people is, do you prefer social content on LinkedIn? Majority of people actually prefer social content. So interestingly, when I was one of the first people to get into LinkedIn and really turn it social, right? And I made a lot of enemies. I made some enemies. I had a lot of people when I started sharing, and I was actually one of the people from LinkedIn who told me it's not just Ed's ego, but I was one of the first people to start sharing social content on LinkedIn. And interestingly, my legendary friends, what was fascinating about that is that helped change LinkedIn worldwide, which is quite ironic. But a lot of some people really, really hated my guts. I was getting abused. I was getting a little bit of hate at the time. Not very getting it anymore because I think there's people long gone. They got kicked off LinkedIn, which is fantastic. Oh my God, we've got Kerry Atherton with us. Kerry Atherton, welcome. And we've got Deval Patel. Welcome. If you just come in, smash that like, share, comment, and thank you for your time. I appreciate you. So I'm going to work hard for you and remind you of how awesome you are. But yeah, it's a professional yet social environment, and I think it's very good because when you share content on LinkedIn, right, it doesn't have to be all businessy. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't have to be all businessy. You can do a mixture of beautiful content. You can do business content. You can do social content. Interestingly, as a case in point, yesterday was a public holiday in New South Wales, where I live, Sydney, Australia. And yesterday shared a lot of social business content, a lot of social content. It does really well. So something to think about, which is very, very, very cool. And it's becoming the hub, and LinkedIn Lives totally rocks. I'm making 2 points here. And what I mean by becoming the hub is that it's becoming the center of a lot of people's communication. So for example, besides, sending out emails to my database, I actually don't send out that many emails, besides invoices and cool stuff like that, right? But I actually don't send out many emails. I message at least 50 people a day on LinkedIn, and that's often voice message. And also, for that matter, I usually message at least 30 people a day on Facebook too, right? I do have a lot of high-value connections on Facebook. If you are watching on Facebook too, I love you big time. But that's a big thing, is that LinkedIn is becoming a real hub. So a lot of people will say to me, Ed, what CRM do you use? I use LinkedIn. And people give me some weird reactions, and I go, oh, so you're not using a third-party CRM? No, well, LinkedIn is my CRM. It's absolutely awesome. Okay. Now, in all seriousness, I've got several CRMs. I've got Xero for billing, and I've got MailChimp and all that. But in terms of actually talking to people, my CRM would be LinkedIn. Fantastic. I would, out of all platforms, I message the most on people on LinkedIn every day, which is just fantastic. Now, just come in, my friends, smash that like, share, and comment, and just welcome to your legendary winners. It's so good having you here. And I just want to say a big thank you as well. Thank you for supporting my lives. I actually started this new live series last week. I was actually a little bit nervous, me of all people. I was a bit nervous about my first live, but I tell you what, it has just been absolutely successful and gone really, really, really well. Sabitri, good seeing you, Sabitri, and a big welcome. I've got to say, I love your work, Sabitri, and a big welcome. And that's a big thing, right? It's becoming the hub, and LinkedIn Lives totally rock. Now, LinkedIn, I don't have to persuade you that LinkedIn Lives totally rock, because be it you're here live or you're watching the recording, you're watching my LinkedIn Live now. And interesting stat actually that gets me thinking, right? And I like this one, is that with LinkedIn Lives, my legendary friends, what is absolutely beautiful about LinkedIn Lives? There's several things, and I said this the other day. It streams across all platforms. So with StreamYard, that's the software I'm using. With StreamYard, I'm also streaming to Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter at the same time, which is fantastic. Sabitri, I love your work, Sabitri. Big welcome, Sabitri. We appreciate you. But the live streaming works so well. I'll give you an example. I've done some live streams. They've got over 4,000 views. Absolutely fantastic. If I just do a normal video on LinkedIn, I might get 600 or 700 views. But with the live streams, they've done really, really, really well. And by the way, I was going to say, if you've got any LinkedIn questions right now, friends, put them in the chat. If you've got any LinkedIn questions, chuck them in. I'll give you my bet. I'm wearing my LinkedIn lanyard with my meetup tag too. So hopefully this will give me the ability to answer questions. If you've got any LinkedIn questions, throw them in. I'll try and give you an answer as best as I can on the fly. So I just want to say a big welcome. So that's the way that these things go, my legendary friends. It's just fantastic. Now, number 5, and this bit I find very interesting, is it's great for converting sales. And oh my God, we've got Anna Goldsky from the legendary USA. Love your work, Anna, and very, very great to see you. And what I mean is it's great for converting sales, and I absolutely agree. So what I mean great for converting sales, and I was saying this to one of our old clients that I was speaking to her on the phone. Hopefully she's coming back to join us. She sounds like it. So with great for converting sales, this is one of the big things. Oh my God, we got a deal. Rizvi with us. Adil is a great property guy. We love you, Adil. You're welcome. But it's great for converting sales, and I'll explain to you what I mean, right? Now, one of my old clients, right, who's now an amazing and powerful character, didn't quite listen to me, but starting to listen to me now. And they're only with us for a few months. And interestingly, things haven't gone exactly their way, right? Things haven't gone exactly their way. And I would just wish they listened to me. If they did listen to me, they would have been in this position. So sad. It's sad when you get, this happens to me a bit actually. I'll tell someone exactly how to win. I'll show them exactly that it's what I'm doing, and then they don't do it. And then, oh, hey, Ed, a few months later, I got to go get a job. Things aren't right. It's like, damn it, if you just listened to me, you wouldn't be in this position. So tragic, but it happens, right? And I do love that person very much, but now it sounds like they're listening to me. And they said, listen, Ed, I need to get a part-time job to support my business. That's fine. We've all been there. But the key thing that threw me off in the conversation and I said, look, you still want to build your LinkedIn. Oh yeah, I'm still posting on LinkedIn here and there. And that was sort of waving the red to me. I'm saying, no, wait a second, stop. I've got hundreds of thousands of followers, right? But the key thing, even for me, I just can't post stuff on LinkedIn and have sales come to me. Now, some sales do, but what I mean is the majority of my sales come as a result of me reaching out and talking to people. Okay. So for example, I ran a networking, every Monday night we run a networking Zoom. It was great. And if you came last night, big thank you. And if you want to come to our networking Zooms anytime, we run Monday and Thursday, 8 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. If you've got any details, just send me a LinkedIn message. I can send you a link to the next one. But the bit that's interesting about all that, my legendary friends, is that if I run an event or, someone supports my content, quite often I'll reach out to people as best as I can. And it's when I voice message people and reach out to people, that's when the sale actually begins. People say, hey, Ed, great to hear from you. I might, for example, have my LinkedIn Influencer Workshop coming up and say, hey, do you want to come to our LinkedIn Influencer Workshop? We've got that coming up. So there's heaps of different things we can do. But the thing I want to say to you, it is fantastic for converting sales. But the key thing, this goes for Facebook too, by the way, and Instagram, but this goes for Facebook and Insta too. Please don't fall into the trap, which I've been guilty of, is, I'm sharing content, the sales going to come in. No way. You need to actually be talking to your connections, talking to people, interacting your content on a one-on-one basis. So just something to keep in mind. And of course, use it anywhere. Now, I'm at home on my PC, sitting at my desk. And when I do live streams, again, you really have to use a PC only. You want to really do it. This thing I've learned is you've got to have really good internet. So with StreamYard, to do a successful live stream, you got to have really, really good internet, and which I have to do at home. I've got like an optic fiber cable just on the street outside my house. Can't get better than that. And also too, it's like a quiet environment. I've got my PC plugged in, so it's running at full efficiency and all that. But you can use LinkedIn anywhere. And interestingly, here's my wonderful mobile phone, as you can see right here, right? But when it comes to my LinkedIn experience, you wonderful friends, most of it is actually done from my mobile phone. Right. And so most of my LinkedIn experience is actually done from my mobile phone. And there we go. I've just opened it. Right. And you can actually see my live stream. This is one of the reasons why I love LinkedIn Live so much, my legendary friends. You probably see a lag of this as I hold it up. One of the things that I really, really, really love about LinkedIn Live, and this is one of the things that is amazing, is that when you do a LinkedIn Live, it breaks through on your LinkedIn. It notifies people that you're live streaming. And it's really, really done well. And I think, interestingly, I think Facebook needs to really relook at this live platform. So I think Facebook Live started off really well, then they tanked it, right? And I know I'm here to talk about LinkedIn, but I really hope Facebook pick up its live streaming ability, right? Because I tell you what, LinkedIn are nailing it, and also it's a great alternative for other, streaming platforms. So, for example, you've got Zoom, right? Zoom webinar, right? And by the way, I love Zoom meeting, right? I use Zoom meetings. I'll go back a little bit. Everyone knows what Zoom is, right? Obviously not what Zoom is. Zoom meetings is the platform that most people use where you run a meeting. Zoom webinar is a variant of Zoom meetings that you got to pay extra for. That's more broadcasting software. Now, my question is, why on earth would I use Zoom meetings? If I do a Zoom webinar, Zoom webinar. If I do a Zoom webinar, I'll work my butt off to get 20 people there, right? I can get 50 people there. I've got to work my ass off on it. If I do a LinkedIn Live like this, I'll get like at least 1,000 views, right? And it's actually not that hard. That's the thing that has actually blown me away. And Sabitri Mala, you are an amazing lady. And by the way, just a quick check-in. If you just come in, smash that like, share, and comment. If you're watching the recording, big thank you. And also to my beautiful and attractive friends as well, please, if you've got any questions, type them in. I may not be able to answer them, but I'll at least try my best in this forum. So if you've got any questions, type them in. I'll do my best while I'm here. But that's a key thing, is that with LinkedIn Lives, for example, I'm going to get at least 1,000 views, probably 2,000 views for this LinkedIn Live. Let's say at least 1,000. That's a lot more than 20. And the beauty is as well is that it's no extra work. And this is the thing that I found. So one of the things that's sort of held me back from doing LinkedIn Lives, especially like this, is I thought it'd be a lot of work. No, it's just me sitting here. It takes me a minute to get the PowerPoint right? As you can see next to me, right there, you can see the PowerPoint. Oh, that's a PowerPoint right there. I kind of like this actually. It's really, really cool. Oh, Sabitri, yes, Sabitri, pumped to see you. Sabitri's from Canberra, which is our capital. Pumped to see you next meetup. Always need a hot cup of tea though. A lot of people ask me what this is. Yes, this is tea, and I drink tea out of a glass, right? I just like it. Tell you why I like it. It cools down faster, so you can knock back your delightful Earl Grey tea. That's one of the key things I want to say to you, amazing people, is that the LinkedIn Live experience is just incredible. And you can use it from anywhere. Like some things on LinkedIn, you got to use your PC, like a live stream. But in terms of like messaging people, once I've done I've got no meetings today, right? So what I'm going to do is after I finish, I'm actually going to walk down the street with my mobile phone, and I'm going to sit here and actually probably voice message a stack of people. Because I'll give you a bit of trivia in my business. In my business, for my business to really work and take off, a sale a day. So if I get like 5 sales a week, business is kicking butt, right? Anything less than that, business gets a bit sluggish and then I run out of money, which I've done many times. And if you ever run out of money, it sucks. So don't run out. If you run out of money before, you know what I'm talking about. It sucks. When you run out of money, it takes months to get out of it. And I've certainly run out of money before. And I hate to say it, and I'm just going to be honest with you. If I think about why I've run out of money in my life, it's because I haven't sold very well. My sales has been inconsistent. And that's why I really take the voice messaging seriously. So yeah, Sabitri, we love you, Sabitri Mal. Sabitri Mal is on the point. Sabitri Mal says that exactly. Voice message is truly amazing. Absolutely. And that's a big thing because for years, right, and wasted years, well, it's all learning, right? But for a while, I would do a lot of text messaging. And I started just realizing over time, this kind of sucks, all this text messaging. It's not spammy, but it felt spammy. And it's not the relationships I want, hence why I've become a real voice messaging fan. So I just want to make that point to you amazing winners as well. And of course, my final point that I'm just going to rant about, right, is the data. Now, a lot of you will be saying, now there's 2 types of people here, people that love data and people that hate data, right? Now, I've got a message for both camps, right? If you're in the data-loving camp, you're going to be very, very, very happy on LinkedIn because when you do a post on LinkedIn or a live stream, it'll have like the impressions. If you click that, you can get all sorts of stats, like, of course, how many views, who are they? Are they like in my case, I get a lot of CEOs, business development people, salespeople, and business owners viewing my content, which is actually my target market. Thank you, which is awesome. But the key thing is as well, it also tells you where they're from. So let's say, for example, you live in Florida, right? You live in Orlando, Florida. And you want your content to hit people in Orlando, like you're just working your local city, or Sydney. Yeah, I'm just working a local city, right? You might create content that's just for your local city, and you can see if it's actually hitting. And that's the beauty. And what I'm saying is the data makes you smart. Now, if you hate data and data's just not for you, and the moment I talk about data, you're like, oh God, don't tell me about data. You can take that data and you can stick it where I can't say that on the live stream. What I'll say to you is this, my legendary friends of the data, is have a quick peek. It'll take you only have to have a peek once, and it's more about giving you the confidence, making you feel good. So I'll give you an example, and I'm not a TikTok fan. I have some real deep concerns of TikTok, right, on many levels, many levels, which I'm not going to go into because I don't want to, I'm not here to bag, I respect other people, right? But personally, I've got some big concerns about TikTok. But one of the key things is, and I had this, I'll say play fight with one of our wonderful clients and friends. Great guy, right? Great guy. I'm one of his clients too, so I won't mention who it is, but he knows he's a very handsome man. He's in the suits. And we had this, and he, huge on LinkedIn, and he started spending all his time on TikTok, and I said, don't do it. Just stay off TikTok. And what happened was they came back to me about 2 months later and said, Ed, I've got over 30,000, I got over 100,000 views on TikTok. And I'm like, and I could tell by his tone of voice that he wasn't too happy, right? He was like, hey, Ed, it wasn't like, oh my God, Ed, I got over 100,000 views on TikTok, and oh my God, Ed, you're wrong, and you can eat it, Ed, you're wrong. And I'm correct now. It was like, hey, Ed, it's over the phone. Oh, hey, Ed, I got over 100,000 views on TikTok. And I'm like, oh. And I go, I guess the views didn't really convert, didn't they? He goes, no, you were spot on. I got over 100,000 views and barely any went to my target market, right? In fact, he said like 1 or 2% went to his target market. So in other words, did all this work just for 1,000 views. Whereas my point is, if he just did a live stream every week on LinkedIn, he'd get way more thousands of views straight to his target market. And that's the key point. Oh my God, we got Ken Dunner with us. And I love Ken Dunner says some amazing messages. Love your work, Ken. Oh my God, save the flavor of your awesomeness and you over here for sharing your delectable thoughts of us today. Ken, I appreciate you. So friends, if you just come in, smash it. We're going to finish up shortly. Actually, quick one. We're going to finish up shortly. So if you've got any questions or anything you want to say, please put them in the comments now and smash that like, share, and comment. So last time I made a bit of a, I did one yesterday, actually, I remember. I forgot, I actually did one yesterday. I finished the live stream and then someone sent me a question. I missed it. So I thought I've got to give you a wind up saying I'm finishing up. So thank you. I'm getting better at these live streams. I think once I do about 3 a week. So after probably about 10 weeks, I should start getting good at these live streams. A big thank you. But the key point I'm making is the data makes you very smart. Now we're going to have a quick recap, my friends. If you've got anything you want to say, now's the time to say it. So again, I obviously love LinkedIn and why? It contains high value people. Microsoft are doing a terrific job. It's a professional yet social platform, but like I also keep it classy. That's a key thing. It's becoming the hub and LinkedIn Lives totally rock. And again, I know you agree with me because here you are. And just on that point, do some LinkedIn Lives. You'll totally love it. Great for converting sales. And this to me has been my big focus lately because for a long time in the business, I was more, and this is just telling you where I'm at, right? So where I've changed the focus in our business, for a while there, I was more focused with building my brand, reputation, and building our groups. Now I've done that, right? Now we've got a great brand, we've got great groups, and thank you for supporting us too, by the way. My issue is now converting sales, and that's where you got to talk to people one-on-one. Okay, that's all the one-on-one conversations, which is all very important. You can use LinkedIn everywhere. Not all of it. Again, LinkedIn Lives, you need to use StreamYard. You have to do it from PC. But a lot of the actual day-to-day work, which is just fantastic. We've got Karma Spence with us. Karma Spence. Actually, Karma Spence, great seeing you. Karma Spence has asked a question I got asked yesterday. Now, there's LinkedIn Live with video or audio. You can also do, now I'm going to quick caveat here. So with LinkedIn audio events, I'm not really into it and I've never done one. But originally, LinkedIn audio events was put in, remember that thing called Clubhouse? Put up your hand if you remember Clubhouse. And on a funny note, I'm just going to trash Clubhouse here. I'll probably get in a lot of trouble. But I remember when Clubhouse came out, it was first thing that got me offside. Everyone remember Clubhouse? If you know what I'm talking about? If not, please just bear with me while I rant about it, right? Or rave about it. Actually, no, rave is positive. So I'm raving about LinkedIn, which is positive. I'm ranting about TikTok and Clubhouse. But I remember when Clubhouse came out, everyone said to me, and I couldn't even install it because I'm like an Android Samsung user, so I couldn't even install it if I wanted to. But I got like 20 messages from people saying, Ed, you got to join Clubhouse. And it's like, A, I don't want to because I'm too busy working. But B, I can't even install it on my phone. So it's kind of like, hey, Ed, I've got this awesome thing called Clubhouse. And you got to join it. Oh, you can't join it? Well, you can, suck it, Ed. So it just felt wonderful, right? And that sort of, I suppose, got me offside, right? But interestingly, Clubhouse is an audio platform. And I think LinkedIn and Microsoft put in the audio events to sort of block Clubhouse into their success they did. But I suppose, exactly, Karma. Yeah, it's funny. Karma says, in Karma Spence, great having you with us. I remember I was never able to join this iPhone centric. Yeah, I thought it was quite stupid, actually, from a business point of view, because think about it for a second, right? I know I could be wrong, right? But my understanding is Android is at least as in Google Android, is at least 80% of the global phone market share, right? And they said iPhone only, so absolutely idiotic, right? They should have done both at once. Like, what's so hard about that, right? But anyway, I think that really helped tank their platform. And I read a good article, I think it was in Forbes or something, but someone wrote a really good article saying how Clubhouse lost the Android user, right? And it did, and it's funny. It just, I remember, it just offended me because I got like over 20 SMSs. Sometimes late at night, which pissed me off. I don't leave my phone on silent, which I guess is my fault, right? But it was kind of like, I don't want anything to do with it. It's like, look, I don't want nothing to do with it. And I think that's why I think LinkedIn installed LinkedIn audio events more to block Clubhouse, and credit to them. I think it was a great decision. I love LinkedIn and all that. But I'm not sold on the LinkedIn audio events. And that's just for me. That's just for me. Please check it out. I could be totally wrong. I've been wrong before, right? And you know me, the thing about Edward's here, if he's wrong, he'll tell you. That's the promise I give you. If I'm wrong, I will tell you I'm wrong. You know what I'm like, right? And sometimes I am wrong, right? But the thing I guarantee you, if I'm wrong, I'll tell you I'm wrong and I'll tell you my lesson. That's a key thing. But I'm not sold on the LinkedIn audio events. I'm not sold on it. I'm not sure, but maybe it's just not for me. But please check it out and prove me wrong. If you go kick butt with LinkedIn audio events, give me a call and send me a message saying, Ed, you're wrong. You said this. You're wrong. You're wrong, wrong, and wrong. It's awesome. I think LinkedIn Lives are way better. And here I am because I think the LinkedIn Live is a more interactive experience. And I just think it's awesome. So there you go. Yeah, interesting one from Karma Spencer. Maybe I'm wrong. I think Karma's maybe persuading me that I'm wrong. I've noticed that LinkedIn pushes the audio events, so I'm not connected to pop in. Yeah, gotcha. LinkedIn does the same thing with live. I suppose in my mind, and this is probably where I'm conflating the two, but to me, if you said to me, Ed, should you do a LinkedIn Live or an audio event? I don't like. I'm giving. I know I'm giving maybe a false dichotomy here, right? But why shouldn't you do a LinkedIn Live? Like, isn't a LinkedIn Live better because it's like you get more views, it engages all the senses. I'll tell you now from a sales point of view, LinkedIn Live converts way better than just audio only, right? But again, I think they're two different animals. Like a LinkedIn audio event is maybe them trying to be more podcasting, but I don't know. I just think if you said to me, Ed, should I do a live or LinkedIn audio? I'm just not persuaded about the LinkedIn audio events. Now, I agree with them. I think it's awesome, and I think that's a good way of, it's kicking Clubhouse to the curb. And I'm quite, as you can tell, I'm quite offended by what Clubhouse did. They really stuck it to us Android users. So, boohoo to Clubhouse, right? But yeah, interestingly, Karma, I love where you're going. But my advice to you is do LinkedIn Live. So please check out the LinkedIn audio events. But yeah, I'm not persuaded by the LinkedIn audio events. So there you go. We got George A. Smith with us from Holyloch, Scotland. Yeah, and interestingly, Karma's given a comment, and I'll say this one, Karma, and it's funny you say that. Karma says, personally, I would lean towards live, but audio is so easy to do. It's funny you say that. Now I've used LinkedIn Live here and there, but I decided last week, you know what, I want to get right in a LinkedIn Live. So I made that actual decision. But interestingly and by the way, friends, if you've got any questions or thoughts, put them in. We're going to finish up. Oh, when we run out of questions, we'll finish. If you've got any thoughts or questions, put them in the chat. Like, share, comment, and big thank you. Love your work. Appreciate you. But yeah, look, when I started doing after I did my first LinkedIn Live of this format, I was blown away by how easy it was. It was surprisingly easy. Okay. I was actually quite impressed by how easy it was. So I don't think there's much difference really. I suppose the question is, taking out difficulty for the moment, right? Which platform is better, LinkedIn Live or audio? And I'll tell you right now, and I can say this being someone who's quite good at sales, right? Is that when you engage all the senses, you got more sales effectiveness. So if you're just doing audio only, right? And I think it's pretty one way too, but I'm probably wrong on that. Once again, I know what I'm talking about in the audio side of things. But if you got video as well, I'll tell you now from a sales point of view, right? If you said to me, I'll reframe it this way. Karma Spence, I love your work. I'll reframe the question this way. If you said to me, Ed, from an effectiveness point of view, should I do a video webinar or just an audio only webinar? You don't need to be Elon Musk to know the answer to that. Of course you're going to do the video. Of course it's going to be more persuasive. Of course it's going to be more effective. So friends, there you go. These are some of my thoughts. Oh my God, we've almost done, this is probably my longest live stream. It should give you a bit of commentary. I've done LinkedIn Lives before. I'd use them monthly for our Boss Lady Summit, or I'd interview someone, whereas about a week and a half ago, I said, you know what? I want to do proper live webinars and really pay for it. Because no one's really, a few people are doing it, but I thought I want to develop a reputation for it. So pretty much if I'm out and about, I won't do it. But if I'm at home, oh yeah, I'm going to LinkedIn Live away, which is fantastic. So my friends, I just want to say a big thank you. Please let me know what you think. Smash that like, share, and comment. And also too as well, we've got a great LinkedIn workshops coming up. We've got LinkedIn courses and mentoring. So if you need any help on LinkedIn, just connect with me on LinkedIn, send me a message afterwards, and we can have a chat anytime. But as I say, a big thank you. Please connect with Wonderful Lassie as well. And thank you to everyone for all your engagement. I really appreciate you winners. So I just want to wish you a fantastic Tuesday. Please stay strong and safe out there. I almost, on a funny note, I actually almost died, I'm not kidding. She almost died a few weeks ago, bitten by a very poisonous spider. I was very, very sick. So I just want to say, if that's the first time you heard it, don't worry, it's going to lift now, it turns out. But for those that supported me, thank you. You know, it's a very scary feeling where and I've been here before, it's the first time, unfortunately, where you think, am I going to wake up the next day? So it's a very, very scary feeling. So feeling good, but I've had to really work on my health, you know. So yeah, don't get bit. My advice to anyone is don't get bitten by poisonous spiders. We recommend against that, which is all fantastic. Oh, Karma Spence made a good point. You can have people pop in and join the audio. They just need to raise their hand and you let them in. I don't know. Yeah, I think LinkedIn live streams are better because anyone can join anytime. So I don't know. It's just again, from a sales point of view, what sells more? I don't need to. I know you all agree with me. You don't need to be Elon Musk to know this. Video sells way better than audio, right? I mean, TV, YouTube and TV is bigger than the radio, right? There's your answer. So again, I'm going to do the more dichotomous answer, right? The dichotomous, but it may be a false dichotomy, but you know, Karma said, I say the same thing about hitting by a car. Don't do it. Yeah, we recommend against being hit by cars and being bitten by poisonous spiders. So stop it. If you're going to get bitten by poison, I was saying this, I made someone always spit out their coffee. I said, yeah, next time you see a poisonous spider about to bite, you tell the spider, no, you don't consent. Bad spider. And I'm sure the spider cares about your civil liberties totally. There you go. Yeah, but that was rough though. I'm still about 65% now. Credit to Lassie. Lassie's been really good in helping me recover. But yeah, man, it's been a rough few weeks. But I've lost a bit. It's funny. I actually said I want to lose a bit more weight. Yeah, the spider did it. But our friends, thank you. Love your work. I may not be able to live stream tomorrow because I'm off to the city to meet a legendary new client who's awesome and I can't wait. But I'll try and jump on Thursday at the very least. But friends, I just want to say a big thank you for tuning in. Again, if you're interested in any help with your LinkedIn or anything, got great courses and workshops, just send me a message on LinkedIn afterwards. We can have a wonderful chat. But thank you again. Appreciate you. Thank you, everyone. And thank you, Karma, as well, for your great questions. Bless your amazing heart. Stay awesome. And I'll talk to you winners all later. And just keep winning. You know how much I appreciate awesome and amazing you.